I've had choices since the day that I was born. There were voices that taught me right from wrong. If I had listened, though I wouldn't be here today. Now I'm living and dying by the choices I've made.
My life, I upset buggies. Not too many people do that.
Because he thought he was on a Harley.
But anyhow, this is heading towards where I was born and raised. And what were you telling me while I was
The car accident.
Oh.
You were hit by that car.
Well, yeah. Let me tell you a little bit. As a Christian, I mean, a young Christian, I really challenged God on a lot of things. I believed in healing. I believed that God would take care of me. And I tried to practice ruthless faith and stuff like that. And one time I ran across the street in Berlin, and it didn't look right, and a car hit me and knocked me about 15 feet through the air, and landed on my arm, and I broke my wrist, fractured my wrist, and I had a really terrible thing in my back, my hip, and stuff like that. And they wanted to take me to the hospital, and I refused to go to the hospital. I mean, everybody said, "You got to go. We got to take you to the hospital." I said, "No, I'm gonna be okay," you know. But I was really hurting. I mean, I was really hurting, and but I didn't want to go to the hospital because I knew they would put a cast on me and make me out of commission for about at least 3 months, 4 months. And so, anyhow, I weathered it. You know, had a terrible time overcoming that. Right. But I believed that God would heal me. I actually believed that God would heal me. People said, "You're nuts. You're crazy. You're crazy." You know, what's the matter with going to the doctor? I said, well, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just believe that God's going to take care of me. And so, well, they put a stop sign here, huh?
Yeah.
It didn't used to be there, yeah. Anyhow, so after about probably about 2 or 3 months, I was struggling with this, and a guy came to my business. I had a little service station that I was running, and he said, "I'm from the insurance company, and they sent me here to make a settlement." I said, "For what?" He said, "For the accident that you had." I said, "Oh, you mean when I got hit by the car?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, what do you want to settle?" He said, "Well, I got to get a signed release. I got to have some type of a settlement that the insurance company is responsible." And I said, "I don't want a settlement. I'm not looking for anything." And they said, "What do you mean?" I said, I don't want anything. He said, "Oh, come on. I mean, that's common. I want you to sign this paper, but I'm willing to give you something to sign a release from responsibility from the insurance company." And I said, "No, that's not necessary." And he said, finally, he said, "You're crazy." He said, "I'm authorized to give you up to as far as $30,000 to $35,000 for a settlement." I said, "Look, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay." And he said, "Man, who wouldn't take $30,000 or $35,000 for a settlement?" And I said, "No, I don't want it." I said, "I'm trusting God to heal my back, my hip." And so he looked at me and he shook his head. He said, "You're quite a man." He said, "I've never heard anybody not take something. Most people want more than what you offer." And he said, and so I actually I refused to take it, trusting God for miraculous healing. And one time I was in church one evening, and we had a person there from some out-of-country deal, and when he was preaching, I felt like water was coming out of my back, warm water or something was coming out of my back, and I thought I was sitting in warm water. And I'd get up and I'd move around, and And all of a sudden it dawned on me that, hey, I'm being healed. And God miraculously took that circulation and recirculated things in my back. I think it was a circulation of blood that was blocked off and stuff like that. And he marvelously and miraculously healed my back. And people felt like I was going to be crippled with my back all my life. But I was trusting God, and God was faithful in that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've had choices since the day that I was born. There were voices that taught me right from wrong. If I had listened, though I wouldn't be here today. Now I'm living and dying by the choices I've made.
These Loretta principles are designed to make you, through the narrow way, structured in truth, honesty, real genuine character that will produce milk and honey. Milk and honey is not just based upon your production, but how you affect the community that you're in so that the community can work together. Part of your success is not how smart you are. Don't kick yourself. It's how you can work with other people, understand other people, and work with them and help them. All right? I love you guys. You'll do good. All right. Any particular questions?
Living and dying with the choices I made.